was Kanye's best friend, but the man you see today isn't him. This is Mr. H. You're listening to Masked Horror. I was Kanye's best friend until he called me, panicked, and said, "They rehearsed my mind. They replaced me." That was the last time I ever heard his real voice. I knew Kanye before he was Kanye, before the hype, before the headlines, back when we were just two kids in Chicago, swapping beats in my basement and spitting into a half-broken mic with duct tape to a lamp. We were close, real close. We shared everything: gear, gigs, girls, goals. I even helped him lay the bones of the college dropout. But things change when the fame comes. He moved to LA. I stayed behind. I wasn't bitter, not at first, but I always wondered why he stopped answering my calls. Fast forward a few years, I'm managing a small studio in Detroit when I get a message from this documentary producer. She said she's working on a confidential project about celebrity doubles, something about how certain public figures don't just use lookalikes, they replace themselves. I laughed, like full-on belly laughed. She was dead serious. Then she said two words that froze me cold. "It's Ye." She flew out that weekend, young woman, maybe early 30s, eyes constantly scanning the room like someone was following her. She had this old, beat-up laptop that she wouldn't let out of her sight. She showed me a clip that started like a backstage rehearsal, and I swear to God, it was Kanye. He was pacing back and forth in a small gray room, but he wasn't rapping. He was reading, rehearsing. Somebody off camera was feeding him his own interviews, line by line. He'd stop, mess up, start again. "George Bush doesn't care about black people." Again, the voice said. George Bush doesn't care about black people. Say it with more conviction." It didn't feel like acting. It felt off, like watching someone wear a mask that fit a little too well. I paused the video. "That's not Ye." The woman nodded. "You're one of the few who know." I had a pit in my stomach for days after that. I started combing through old footage, watching interviews, music videos, his VMA rants. Something was definitely different. The timing, the body language, the cadence was close, but wrong. Too precise, too rehearsed. A few weeks later, I flew out to LA and drove to Calabasas. I knew where his old place was, gated, private, but I wasn't looking to break in. I just needed to know. I waited outside the compound, hoping to catch someone, anyone. Eventually, I spotted someone I recognized, Tamika, one of his old assistants from back in the day. I approached her gently. At first, she looked like she was going to run, but I said my name and her face changed. We talked in hushed tones at the edge of the driveway. When I asked her about the double, she went pale. "You saw it too, didn't you?" she whispered. "I don't know what I saw. It's not him out there. The real Kanye hasn't left the house in years." She told me he became paranoid after a 2016 break-in. He stopped sleeping, started saying wild things about people controlling him, about being programmed, about being rehearsed. She said that last word like it tasted rotten. After that, she said, they started sending in people, tech guys, image consultants, some weird coach that looked like a military shrink. Then we stopped seeing him altogether. We'd just get emails. Appearances were booked, but he never left. I pressed her for more, but she got scared, told me to leave and not come back. That night, I checked my old voicemail inbox. I had one saved message from 2 years ago. I hadn't recognized the number back then and never opened it, but when I played it, "Yo, it's me. They replaced me. They replaced me, man. I don't know how to explain it. They researched my mind. They got someone else saying my words, walking like me. They're better at being me than I ever was. If you're hearing this, they're coming for you too." The voice was shaky, slurred, but it was him. I sat in the dark room for a long time. After that, weird things started happening. The documentary girl stopped responding. Her number disconnected. My email got locked out for suspicious activity, and I noticed I was being followed. Not every day, just often enough to notice. A black SUV parked across the street. Same one, different plates. One night, I found a flash drive taped to the inside of my mailbox. No note, just video files. I played the first one. It was footage of me, walking into my studio, driving, sleeping. I almost threw up. There was no camera in my bedroom, so whoever filmed it was inside the room. The second video, a man getting fitted with prosthetics, makeup, practicing Ye's walk, his speech. This time, the off-camera voice wasn't coaching, it was correcting. "You blink too often. He doesn't blink that much. Walk slower. Drag your left foot slightly. He favors it. Smile like you're miserable but pretending not to be." They were sculpting him, not just his body, his mind. I wiped the drive and left the apartment that night, but it didn't matter. The next morning, TMZ posted an article about Kanye meeting fans in Berlin. The guy looked flawless, perfect smile, perfect walk, but I watched the video 10 times. He blinked too much. I don't live in Detroit anymore. I don't use my real name. I don't post on socials. I've told a few close friends what I saw. Most laugh it off. Some believe me, but that makes it worse. Because if I'm right, then we don't just lose people to fame. We lose them to replicas, rehearsed versions, shells wearing a perfected mask of the people we used to know. And if they can do it to someone like Ye, someone that powerful, that loud, what makes you think they haven't done it to others? Sometimes I still dream of the last time I saw him in person, before the fame swallowed him. He was sitting on my porch in Chicago, headphones on, nodding to a beat we made from scratch. He looked alive, not like the polished mannequin they parade around now. I keep thinking about that voicemail. They're coming for you too. I think they already have, because lately, when I look in the mirror, I don't always recognize the man staring back. This story was inspired by real-world fears, rumors, and psychological phenomena tied to fame and identity. It is a work of fiction, but the questions it raises are all too real.